The remnant must endure. We are the remnant. Those of us who are the remnant must endure. So after the Messiah said that because of the increase in lawlessness, the love of many shall become cold, in Matthew chapter 24, I'm reading verses 12 and 13. After he said that, he said, but he who shall have endured to the end shall be saved. So he tells us that we're going to have to endure this lawlessness and this lovelessness and this coldness. We're going to have to endure it till the end to see his salvation, to see the deliverance of Yah. And it said, and this good news of the kingdom shall be proclaimed in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end shall come. Before the end comes, this good news is going to be a witness to the nations. The good news of the kingdom of Yah, of this way, of this abundant life, this way of Yah is going to be preached in all of the corners of the earth. Right? And then the end shall come. So despite the lawlessness, despite the lovelessness, despite the coldness, the kingdom must be preached. So in order for us to preach the kingdom, as I ended off in the last video, we're going to have to keep the fire within us to be able to be witnesses. Right? To be witnesses, we have to be a witness of the kingdom that is contrary to what we are seeing displayed as a witness in the earth, right? As a witness of this world, right? So we want to be able to be witnesses of the Most High in this world. So I skipped over a portion of the book that talks about darkness masquerading as light. So there's some pages that kind of goes into detail as to how we got to this point that we're in, where there's so much darkness, where there's so much lawlessness. Right? How do we get here? Right? So there's a portion of the book that talks about that. I'll let you read through that portion. But we're here now. So we're in this place where there's darkness and lawlessness, and we have to endure. We have to be witnesses in this place. So the only people who are going to endure to be able to be this light in this time is going to be those who are the remnant. What's left over. So what is a remnant? A remnant, I'll read a little bit here. A remnant, which is the word sharif in Hebrew, represents a small remaining quantity of something when all else is gone. The world has gone astray to embrace darkness. Only a remnant from the descendants of the children of Israel and a remnant from the other nations will endure to be saved. The remnant are those of the seed of Israel and of all the nations. Right? We are one in the Messiah. So the remnant who are in Messiah have to endure to the end to be saved. Right? So the remnant are those who are going to seek to worship Yah in spirit and in truth. Worship Yah in spirit and in truth. Those who seek to guard the commandments of Yah. Right? So in Revelation 12:17 it says, and the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to fight with the remnant of her seed, those guarding the commands of Elohim and possessing the witness of Yahusha, Messiah. It's Revelation 12:17. So he says that the dragon is going to be enraged. He's going to fight with the remnant, right, who are guarding the commands of Elohim and possessing the witness of Yahushua Messiah. So the remnant are going to seek to guard Yah's commands. They're going to seek to walk in obedience. They're going to seek to please Yah. They're going to hold the testimony of the Messiah Yahushua. Those remnant are going to follow the Messiah Yahushua, right? He's going to be the head of the remnant. And those who follow him are going to be holding his testimony, right? So we're going to be speaking of him, speaking of what Yah sent him to do. And we are going to be also possessing that testimony of because we're supposed to be like the Messiah, right? We're supposed to point to him, and we're supposed to be witnesses of him, ambassadors, right? So we're supposed to be reflections, because he's the firstborn son, and we are adopted into the sonship through him. So now we are sons, and we are bearing that same testimony of dying to self so that the spirit can live, right? So we are emulating that same walk through the Spirit of Yah. We are walking in that same way. So holding the testimony of Messiah is not just that we're pointing to him, is that we've walked into that sonship with him, right? So the remnant are going to seek to guard the commands of Yah, to worship him in spirit and truth, holding the testimony of the Messiah Yahusha. We're answering the call to walk in faith, to walk in truth, to walk in love, right? And we will overcome and endure to the end and see the salvation of our Father Yah. Hallelujah. All right, so the remnant are those who endure until the end. To endure, which is amad in Hebrew, is to take one's stand, to remain firm despite hardship and opposition. So to remain firm in what? To remain firm in what? So we're dealing with all kinds of opposition in this world. It's my belief that there's three main things that we have to hold on to and endure in till the end. The first thing is that we have to endure in the truth of the word. Right? We have to endure in Yah's truth. There's a lot of deception in the world. There's a lot of lies that are trying to keep us detoured, right? A lie always has a purpose to detour us, right, from something. A lie is sent to kill, to steal, and to destroy in some type of way, right? So we have to remain firm in the truth, in Yah's truth, in the Messiah, who is the truth. The truth is what sets us free. Right, so if we want to experience freedom, we have to stay rooted in truth. So we have to endure in truth in these dark times, this darkness that we're in, that rejects the truth in the word of the Most High Yah. So we have to endure in the truth. We have to endure in the firmness of faith. Right, as we're going through different trials and tribulations in this world, our faith is constantly tested. So we have to be able to stand and endure in our faith, right, in spite of the trials that we're going through. We have to maintain our faith in Yah. We have to maintain our faith. We have to keep the shield of faith on to be able to walk and maintain ourselves in this end days, right? So we have to endure in truth. We have to endure in faith, and we have to endure in the fire of love. We have to, amidst all of our wounds and different things we're dealing with, and in spite of walking amongst people who have cold hearts and hearts have turned cold towards us, right? We have to be able to maintain the fire of Yah's love, maintaining his love for us, our love for him, our love within ourselves, and our love for our brothers and sisters, and maintaining love even towards the enemies, right? A scriptural love of praying for those who are our enemies, right? So that our hearts will remain pure, and so that the Most High would have mercy on whom he would have mercy, right? So we have to maintain that fire despite these things. We have to maintain and endure in truth, in faith, and in love in these end days, right? So that's a 3-cord rope that if we have all those 3 things in place, it won't easily be broken, and we'll be able to maintain and endure until the end. Because we are in a war. We are in a war as the remnant. Remnant love is war, right? So we have to maintain and fight till the end to be able to see the salvation of Yah, right? We got to keep the fire burning. We got to keep the fire burning. So if we want to see Yah's salvation, we have to keep the fire burning. And so this book is, truth and faith are going to interlap in the different topics as we go through the book. But love is our main focus. And I want to read a little bit more here. It says that remnant love is war. I just want to read a little bit here. It says that our love walk is constantly tested as we maneuver through this world of opposition. At times, we often entertain thoughts within our own heart and mind that conflict with love. The purpose of love in the kingdom of heaven is to be a refining fire. So at times, our love walk is tested by things and situations on the outside, but it's also tested by our own flesh and our own heart, right? So you got things coming at you from the outside, but then you also have things that we have to be healed from on the inside and delivered from, and mindsets renewed on the inside, so that we are not in conflict, right? So the purpose of love in the kingdom of heaven is to be a refining fire. So Yah's love is like a fire, right? But the fire goal is to refine us. It's to burn out the impurities. That's how love can become pure. So so the love in us is purified by this fire that we have to, this consuming fire that burns off everything that is flesh, everything that's not like Yah, right? So this fire is doing its work in us, right? It's doing a perfect work in us to purify us, to refine us. And that's the point of love. Yah's love towards us will cause us to become, to be purified, to be made whole, to be cleansed, right? Of all the things that are enemies of love, right? All the things that are blocking love. And so that's what this fire is going to do, right? That's what the purpose of it is. So it says that Yah loves us with an everlasting love that has an everlasting, eternal vision in mind. And his love serves the purpose of conforming us to that vision. So Yah has a purpose for us that is stretched out, right? Yah is not a short-term goals, you know, he's not focused on short-term goals. He has a long-term plan and vision, and everything that he does fits into that. So he's going to do things in our life that are working towards the end goal, and not just this, short-term thing. So sometimes we don't understand why we're dealing with things in our life. Sometimes we don't understand why we have to go through certain things. We don't understand, a lot of things going on in our life. But the Most High is loving us in a way that's not just cute, I started off this section here on Remnant Love. It says war. Remnant love is war. It says there are surely warm and happy feelings connected with love that we associate with hearts and goosebumps. But those advantages are usually experienced in the calm before the storm and in the victory dance after the battles that love presents, right? So love, we think of it being so warm and fuzzy and, oh, love. But when it comes to this time that we're in the love of the Most High, he's not just trying to give us a hug. He'll do that too. He's not just sending out hot flowers and roses and hearts, right? That's cute too, and there's a time and a place for that. But the Most High's fire is going to burn. It's going to hurt. It's going to, because it has a goal. I have to refine you because I have a vision to be with you forever. The Most High is like, I have a vision for you for eternity. I have a vision for you that covers the span of your life in this earth, that covers the kingdom of heaven, it covers eternity. I have a longer term goal and plan in mind for you and for all those who are mine. And I have to love you in a way that is going to assure and seal that and secure that, right? So his love has a purpose to it that's far beyond what we understand, okay? So the world that we live in hates us because it is opposed to Yah's purpose. So we face opposition and battles to maintain the integrity of walking in our kingdom values and purpose. This walk is not for the passive in spirit. We need to be fully engaged to survive this battle, right? We have to be fully engaged to survive this battle, right? This love walk is not about hearts and flowers and soft music, unless the soft music is a part of our strategic battle of soaking in his presence to maintain our sanity in our faith, right? It is a war. We can't be passive. It's not passive. It's not a passive walk. Right? If we want to endure, we have to understand that we're in a war. We are in a war. So Yah's fire is going to refine us. We have to keep this fire burning. When it's cold and it's dark, we have to create warmth and light. That's what fire gives, warmth, and it also provides light. Right? Fire provides warmth and it also provides light. So we have to keep our fire burning. Love can't be produced out of the thin air, right? A heart of love has to be cultivated to bring forth its fruit. And Yah wants to cultivate that love inside of us so that it's a fire to keep us through the cold and through the dark. Okay? All right. So his spirit is the oil in our lamp that's fueling the fire. It's coming from his spirit. His spirit is what is igniting the flame. Right? His spirit is what's igniting us to keep this fire going. So we need his spirit. Love is a fruit of the spirit. Love is a fruit of the spirit. So without his spirit, we can't walk in love. Without his spirit, we won't have this fire to keep us going. Right? So this is our purpose and our calling, is to maintain the light and not be overcome by the darkness. This is what we're called to be a light in the darkness, to not be overcome by the darkness, to not let our salt lose its saltiness, to not let our cup become lukewarm, but to remain hot despite all the coldness that we're encountering. We need this fire. We need the Most High's fire burning inside of us to sustain us and to be witnesses in this earth, because the earth needs it. The earth needs a witness. The world needs to see the Most High walking in the midst, and that's what we're called to do. I'll read this last part here. It says that the current state of the world is like a dark sky with stars scattered across. The remnant are those scattered lights in the midst of the darkness. The darkness abounds, but it cannot overcome the light. Daniel 12:3 says, and those who have insight shall shine like the brightness of the expanse, and those who lead many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. Right? We are the stars in the sky amidst the darkness. In the middle of the darkness, the Most High has scattered us as stars to be able to emanate his light in the midst of the darkness, to be witnesses in the earth of his love. Hallelujah. Blessings to you. Shalom, shalom.